We have reached that part of our winter weather week that many of you have been waiting for. Is this winter going to come in like a lion or a lamb? It may be hard to say at this point, but Mother Nature likes to leave a trail of breadcrumbs that might help us out. Here to help us follow that trail to winter is our own Chief Meteorologist, Eric Snidel.
Hi, Adam. And I think the biggest breadcrumb of this winter that we're going to be watching is that right there, La Nina. Most of you have heard El Nino. That's the one that seems to get more coverage. But La Nina is the opposite. We go all the way near the equator. This is the Pacific. And I want you to look at all this blue. You see right in here? That ocean water is cold. Well, relatively speaking, colder than normal. It's bringing up this cooler water to the surface, shoots it off to the west. Now, why do we care? It's really important. La Nina, that setup of that cooler water, drives this. This is our jet stream. Now remember, the jet stream separates the cold air from the north, the warm air from the south. And that jet stream during a La Nina winter happens to want to be awfully close to us in western New York. And that has some big implications on how the winter is going to unfold. You're going to get multiple setups like this, waves of low pressure passing somewhere in our general vicinity. Now we know that part we're confident in. What we don't know is what each and every one of these lows over the next 4 or 5 months are going to do. Do they go a little bit west of us where you get more rain? Do they go overhead where you get a wintry mix? Do they go southeast where you end up getting some of our bigger snow events? We'll have to take that case by case. Breadcrumb number 2 that I'm watching. We go all the way to Siberia. Weird looking map, isn't it? This is the snow cover on the ground in Siberia. Why do we care? There is emerging evidence that the amount of snow on the ground right now plays into this. This is the polar vortex, that big ring of cold air that usually stays bottled up to our north. When there's lower than normal amounts of snow in Siberia now, it tends to suppress the ability for that Arctic air to dive southward, so it stays bottled up to our north. That's how we think largely the winter is going to go. Now, when it's the opposite, when there's a lot of snow on the ground in Siberia, you get more of these amplified intrusions, which really gets us into number 1, bitterly cold air, and number 2, a higher propensity for lake effect. That's a lot of fancy meteorology talk with this. What does this all mean? Let's wrap this all up with a nice bow. Here's how we think this winter plays out. It's going to be a warmer winter. There is a litany of evidence that supports that. I think we're going to have more than normal precipitation. Now, here's where the important distinction is. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be all snow. And in fact, I think we exhaust some of that precip with events that will be rain before changing to snow. And this one, I don't want to mince words with this. I think there could be more mixed bag precip events, which could mean we get more freezing rain this winter. Now, the way we time this out, the next few months, from a snowfall perspective to me, seem to feel like it's going to be a little bit tame. Most of the ground that we will end up making up seems to favor the second half of the winter, Adam. So you would be looking at times like February or March, sometimes even into the month of April. We can still get snowfall around here. But there's going to be more storms around and more warm air in there. That also means a warmer lake, too. So lake effect could be a bit more potent this season as well.
I think that's the thing that always surprises me. I always think if it's colder, we're going to get more snow, but that's not necessarily the case with Lake Ontario.
No, it does not always work that way. But I have a feeling this winter we are going to be busy. There's probably not as many sunny days. We don't get many anyway, and more events, whatever that is.
My last question for you. We all know about polar vortexes here. When you were talking about the cold coming in because of Siberia, is that what you're talking about?
That is what I'm talking about. And because there's less snow on the ground, and likely will stay that way, that polar vortex has higher chances than normal of staying up there versus plummeting right through Rochester. So we shall see.
It can stay in Canada. It's lovely up there.
We're not going to mind. It's great there.
Yeah, we'll see it down the road. Eric, wonderful job. Thank you for that.